Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, a picture from the NBA. It is a 2-game card from the association. Get some of the games are starting to tighten up a little bit. Except those, who would have thought Lakers up 2-0 in this series already? But I have some surprises, of course, some contending series. So 2 big games today. Also, picture from the NHL. Pretty exciting night last night in the NHL. A lot of close games. Also, picks for you from Major League Baseball. 15-game card here from Major League Baseball here for the Wednesday. Of course, we always ask you guys if you give us that that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Really helps build up our audience when you do that. And, of course, set those notifications because we have 3 live shows over our channel. You don't want to miss any of them. Of course, all of our on-demand content, get notified for all our video uploads. So hit those notifications. Now, we are going to give you our free plays, but if you're looking for our best of plays we have our money on, head on over to TonySpicks.com, and that's where you'll find our premium plays from all our professional cappers. Document it there. So go ahead and get signed up and check us out. All right, let's meet the cappers. Of course, you guys can also give us your comments, post your picks. More than welcome to. Very much easier when you guys go along with the flow of the show. Keep the picks within the box that we're covering. I will say hello to Bo. Bo, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, y'all. Yeah, man, we talked about it on the drive-through about Wemby, man. I told you that they got just getting there and get the win, got the concussion. So hope he'll be back in the next one, man. But we kind of talked about it, but got the nice win with Portland. Looking at Cashman ticket today, man. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing great there. Yeah, Bo on the drive-through was high on that Portland Trailblazers team. They get it done, rally back 14-point deficit. Wemby goes down, and we'll see how he moves, how he feels moving forward. Alan, he knows what's happening.
Yeah, all the best to Wemby. That looked like a nasty fall. Obviously, I hope he wish him a speedy recovery there. I'm doing all right. Well, I guess had better days. So 1 and 2 day for me yesterday. But yeah, looking for a big bounce back. Guess can't win them all.
All right, look for the bounce back from El Nino. So say hello to Jorge. Jorge, what's going on?
Hey guys, what's happening? Got on a little run. I knew the playoff season was coming. I've hit 9 of my last 10 plays. A lot of them being best bet, just trying to isolate some situations. And not surprised at all by edge come. You know, I said it the first day of the NBA, second day of the NBA, we came on the show after the first one. And I said, as far as a player, two-way player, ready to play in the NBA, had an NBA body in college, it was edge coming. He proved it yesterday by being the youngest person in the NBA playoffs to ever get 30 points and 10 rebounds. And I'll go on the record right now. I did this with Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron James. I said Dwayne Wade, little known out of college. Everyone knew he was a good player, but they didn't know he'd be great. Same thing with the edge comes, same size, 6'4", a guard. And he played a Dwayne Wade type game yesterday to help beat the Celtics. Went in there, grabbed 10 rebounds at 6'4". And that is prototypical Dwayne Wade, doing what you need to make it win. And he's going to be the biggest winner of those 3 rookies. And I think he'll win an NBA championship before the rest of them. And, the Lakers, I said at the beginning of the year, Houston Rockets are going to have a problem without Van Fleet. Yeah. With Van Fleet, they got a shot to be in the conference finals. That's how good the Rockets will be when he comes back. They have no point guard. Durant is not a point guard. They have no one else to come up and deliver the ball. They can't cover a real point guard. And then you put someone like Marcus Smart. They talk about Dylan, but Marcus Smart is a smarter Dylan. Dylan gets too much negative. He likes the negative attention too much. It's almost like he likes the negative attention more than winning. Smart has always been on winning teams. And he brings that tough mentality. He was guarding Durant at one point, being a menace to him. When I saw that matchup, I was like, the problem here is Houston doesn't have a point guard. And that's what's giving the Lakers the advantage. And the other part is, they're going to give the coach of the year to somebody else. I give it to J.J. Redick. No experience, put LeBron in his place when he was pouting, turned him around, made him be the veteran glue guy. He turned into the glue guy instead of the go-to guy or one of the top 3 scorers and bring all these youngsters around you. Even with Luka and Reeves out, LeBron has still embraced that role. And J.J. Redick has done a phenomenal job. I ragged it pretty hard that his podcast buddy got the job. And I ragged that all pretty hard. But, J.J. Redick, just like he proved everybody wrong, everyone said he was too slow and small to play in the NBA. He had an NBA career. And everybody has said you can't be a podcast guy and then, or just talk on ESPN with no experience and can coach in the NBA, and they were wrong. JJ Redick's a stud on every level. And I was on Houston yesterday, and just on the zigzag. Obviously, I forgot about that point guard thing, Tony. You know how much I am about point guard for everything.
And don't forget, you got Cameron Grant dealing with a knee issue, and more than anybody else, Jorge, how it impacts mobility, and it can also be psychologically. Just afraid that you don't have that mobility here when you're dealing with a knee and you're trying to ball handle.
No, you got a 6'4" guy who's physical underneath you. You're 6'11". You got to dribble down. They used to do that with Curry on LeBron at the end of their matchups. People forget Curry's not the best defensive point guard. When you're big, if you get a little guard that can steal the ball, all they're doing is waiting for you to let go of the ball to hit the ground. It's hard for a big guy. It's hard to get past the free throw line. Once you get past the free throw line, you got all the advantage in the world. Outside of it, you don't. Good coaching by JJ Redick, made the matchup, pushed Durant around, but with the physical guy that was strong, nothing but kudos for the Lakers, man. They've surprised everybody, and I always said I thought they could win. They could win around after LeBron was the facilitator, making everybody better around him. I thought they could easily win around and get into the second round of the playoffs.
Well, everybody wanted Houston for a reason. I've seen why they wanted Houston there because the point guard situation not addressed there. For the Houston Rockets. All right, let's get to the games today, guys. 2 on the board tonight from the NBA. We have the Magic and Pistons. This is a 1-1 series here. Surprise, surprise. We've got the Pistons 8.5 and 9, total to 18.5. And then we got the Suns and the Magic up 1-0 in this series, not 1-1. I'm already giving Detroit the game here. 1-0 up for the Magic. Suns and Thunder here. The Thunder up 1-0 in the series. This line is up to 17. I saw 17 and a hook in some places. That hook's gone. Total to 15.5. That is a massive line there. I don't know. I don't know what the largest line was in a playoff game. That has to definitely. That's got to be it. I can't. I don't know what would surpass that.
Dude, the books are getting destroyed. Money line sharp players are destroying the book. 2 double-digit dogs lose outright back-to-back days. That's already like minus 12 units. They may not ever get that back.
Yeah.
They're destroying the book. They're going to cut. They're not going to be putting out those big. That'll be the bounce back, guys, for next season. They're not going to be doing these double-digit favorite spreads, or they're going to start disappearing here real quick in the playoffs. The unders have been coming through. I've been following the sharps. They've been on every under, man. Chalk. Yeah, money line dog. All you got to do is hit one guy. You go 25% and make money. You can go 1-3. And make money off this ridiculous. This is the NBA playoffs. This ain't the regular season. Any team could win.
Yeah, and the chalks are going over to prediction markets. That's where they're going. And of course, speaking of prediction markets, big news in Vegas, Jorge, is you know this better than anybody because you spent a lot of time in that book once the Stardust closed, is that the Westgate is going to be run by Caesars. And a lot of the Westgate folks are going out in the market looking for jobs. So a sharp book is going down in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. Just because everything's online, you got these betting markets now, and the writing was all when Warren, oh God, help me out here, Tony. Hill,
William Hill.
Yeah, William. Sorry, I wanted to say Warren. I'm a little too tired. I don't have the advantage of you East Coast guys who've been up for a while already and got your picks in. I'm just barely wiping the boogers out of my eyes, getting out of bed. So when William Hill came back in the day, and it came out to the M. And it was Cantor Fitzgerald. Think about that. Cantor Fitzgerald was the first one that came over to do a book from international model from Europe. The writing was on the wall. Kudos to them. I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did. And I think that's going to make the D the sharp book in town. Yeah, the D will be the sharp book. Circa will be the sharp book. There's also another one in South Point still out there, but a sharp book goes down. I think the prediction markets. A lot that I'm hearing is the prediction markets are taking a lot of the sharp money. With that low commission, they're going to go get the best value. Where so much the squares are still going to play at the high commission books, but the sharps are moving their money now. That's why you're seeing the DraftKings of the world, the FanDuels of the world cutting broadcasting. We had MGM get rid of their broadcast network because the prediction markets are taking away their profits because they're losing. Tony, what was that? They've been predictive markets forever. Now it's just a thing. It's actually been in Nevada. Been operating here, so that's ongoing. But what was the first one called? It came out of Europe. I used it.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh goodness,
I
yeah,
gotta look it up.
yeah. Yeah, it's right. It was the first one in Europe.
Bet
We
something.
thought. What was it?
Bet something.
No, goodness. I remember. I remember what the first prediction market was. It was around for a while. People
Yes.
touted it.
Yes.
Betfair. It was part of Bet. What was it?
There was Betfair. Kind of was it. It was Betfair.
It was run by Betfair. It was a prediction market
Betfair
run
was
by.
the first one. That's the one I'm thinking. It was Betfair, where it would be people. You could put up a number that you wanted to put out there, and you get or put out better odds, and then you could go out there and shop for that number. Betfair was the first popular one from Europe that advertised.
They were the ones that built the exchange, but I'm trying to remember that they didn't want to use that name because it would confuse people. But there was another name they had.
Betfair was the first one. At least early 2000s. Guys, if any of you out there in the chat know, but I think Betfair was the first one that was popular here from Europe. But Europe's been doing that for a while too. Again, so they
had that model going there, and it mainly because people were used to it because they had it in horse racing. They had in horse racing they have books, bookmakers, independent bookmakers on ground where you can shop for the better prices and lock your odds. So that's something that goes on in Europe.
That's illegal, Tony. What do you want? You want the FBI banging down your show, bro?
Well, it's legal in Europe. It's legal in Europe. Maybe that's what they got to do in horse racing. Let people shop for the best numbers and fix the odds. They had odds for
now you know what you're doing when you're not on the show and you're not making videos. You're out on the track.
Take prediction. But yeah, Betfair had the prediction markets. Yeah, we just saw a big sharp book go down. Not Bet Now. Oh God, the name escapes. We'll remember it here. It's on my.
Betfair. I don't know if there was one before Betfair. I'll look it up.
Betfair ran it, but they marketed it as a different name. That's what they did back in the day. I remember that. Jorge will find it. I remember what it is because they used to talk about it. I remember when Jorge was on the Stardust line with John Kelly. They bring it up, but they never gained traction in the U.S. That was the problem.
But I used to bring it up all the time.
And no one had the guts here to put it up. I guess you have to have your ducks in a row to run the prediction markets like our.
Well, back then, Tony, it's like you couldn't do offshore books in Nevada. It was pretty big, and they'd let you know. They'd censor you. They say they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It was taboo. It was taboo. And if you were doing Bodog and all that, you're using an illegal credit card machine. People got busted for that.
Oh yeah, in Utah,
Justice Department. So yeah, it was very world's biggest betting exchange, Betfair. I think it was Betfair, Tony.
It was Betfair, but they used a different name. I forgot the name.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know what other.
Yeah, I remember the name. They didn't want to use this. They didn't want to use Betfair because they didn't want to lose their customers to the exchange. They make more money. You know what I mean? They made more money they made more commission on Betfair. So
soccer, tennis, they were huge.
Yeah, they were huge. Betfair made the software, but all right, we got Magic in Detroit here. We got Isaac doubtful, no injuries for Detroit, Phoenix, and OKC. Allen Goodwin Williams are questionable. OKC a clean injury report. We start with Bo.
All right, man. We're not gonna overthink this one, man. I'm gonna take the Pistons and bounce back. They 64% covering the spread off of a loss. Now we know that the Magic, man, they done played a few games, kind of struggled to get here, but they did get it right in that last one. So I think they had the advantage in that game because they already played a few. Now they done woke up Detroit. This team is the #1 seed for a reason. We have to get more better play out of Durant, but I think he'll bounce back off that bad game. I think he only had 8 points, so I'm gonna lay the points, man, with Detroit. I think they get the win by double digits. And in the last game, I'm gonna take all them points, man. I know Oklahoma is a team that can blow any team out. We've seen what they did. I think they beat about 35 points, but just like I said yesterday, the same premise with Portland. There's no reason for Oklahoma to come out here and blow this team out by margin. They need to get here and get the win and go up 2-0. So I think they'll be looking at that game last night with Wemby getting the concussion. So I like for the Suns. They could shoot. They got Devin Booker on the squad. We know that 3 points always the great equalizer in the NBA. So I'm going to take the 17. If you get that 17.5, I like the Suns plus some points.
There with Bo. Move on over to El Ninos.
This is probably one of the better teams I think that's ever gotten 17 points. So I agree with Bo there on taking a shot with the Suns. I mean, a couple pretty significant question marks, but still a lot of talent on this team. Obviously, they got blown out in the last one, and as you were saying, the Thunder can blow anyone out on any given night. But also, again, as you were mentioning the upsets, I would not be totally shocked to see the Suns, not get swept. So Am I taking a shot on the money line? Not quite yet, but I definitely want to take a shot with these points. And on the other side, if I like Detroit there, I'd rather go first quarter, just laying 3 points there, just let them cover that bucket rather than try to win by double digits in the whole game. As far as the full game is concerned, I kind of like the points there with the Magic to keep it within single digits. And even the first half, I think, isn't a terrible look, although probably not going to touch that one unless I get 6. But seeing 5.5s now with the Magic, I don't think that's terrible, but I like the full game better from back in the Magic.
There we go from Jorge. Jorge, are they pricing the price of the Suns like the Jazz and the Nets? What do you think?
Man, I don't know. I'd advise people now just to have some fun, split up their bankroll, set aside some money, and start just shooting at the dogs. Again, you could go 25%. Only one of them's got a hit. Anyone that started doing that already is probably already going to have a successful NBA season or NBA playoffs, and it's only a couple games in. So this is what the books are scared of. This is real NBA playoff. Anybody could win. Zigzag theory is alive and well. This is the most value the zigzag theory has ever had in the history of betting. Think about it, guys. The biggest back in the day, -9 was huge. Oh my God, -10 in the playoffs? No way. Ain't no way -10. This is the most value the zigzag theory has ever had. So have some fun recreationally. The Sharps are pounding it. They're probably all over. And they're on the unders too, guys. And I've always been a big thing. I said, hey, it's going to come down. There's Javon Jones from his early predictions. We were talking into the first 2 of the games. What's up, Javon? I know he's going to remember I said Edgecombe was the best rookie that's going to help their team. And here he is setting records. And he was on Philly. He was on Philly too. Edgecombe being a stud. So, yeah, guys, I'm with the Pistons. Pistons have actually been one of the best first-half teams in the NBA. They were caught asleep. And, Orlando is kind of weird. They didn't play defense all year, but that's a defensive-minded coach. Yeah. And they are physical. And they turned it on in the turning game and showed up in Detroit and now physical and with more physical than they are. So I don't know if that'll be a high-scoring game. We're seeing the rest swallow their whistles. They're letting them go at it in the paint. What I said early on that they need to do for the regular season, they're doing it now in the NBA. We're getting some more bodies. Poor Wemby, man. He's too lanky. There's something, there's certain things he needs not to do in his game. That was the hardest face plant I've ever seen in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's just too lanky, too adequate. They held his hands down, and too tall, too lanky. When they held his hands down, he couldn't even get his hands up to protect his face and his head, man. That's a nasty concussion. That ain't a little concussion. That's a nasty concussion. That's they always say, back in the day in my old neighborhood, they say the taller you guys fight, the harder you hit them, the farther they fall, the harder, harder they hit, as soon as you hit them, the taller they are, the harder the fall. Neighborhood. And Wemby proved that, man. I mean, he did that face plant, and his head didn't even bounce back up, guys. Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's out for more than one game. That was hard, and I hope he's back. But that's the NBA playoffs, man. That's why moneyline dogs are live. I'm definitely going to be playing some.
Yeah, there we go with Jorge. Yeah, I like the dogs in these games here. I look at the Magic. I think it's no surprise they finally got healthy at the right time. They used to have a laundry list of injury players with no Franz Wagner. They got all their guys together. You got Patazzi, the dirtiest player in the league. They play physical. They play rough and tough. And this is what you can do this in the NBA until there's confrontations and altercations. You can play it and once there's an altercation, then you start getting the whistles. But as long as
he's dirtier than Gobert up in Minnesota. Oh no!
Oh yeah, go look what he did to Jock Landale. Because he's from Orlando, no one really pays attention to him. But
Gobert landed on Curry's knee on purpose.
Yeah, but Patazzi to me is a dirty player. I look here at the Magic here against these high-scoring teams. They are 13-9 of the spread, so they've been able to kind of slow down some of the scoring for their opponents. Against winning teams at home, Detroit just 8-14 to the spread this year. So I'll take the points there with Orlando. Yeah, I mean that's a bold. Like I said, they're pricing the Suns like they're the Nets or the Jazz. I mean, come on, these are the Suns. I mean, you got guys like Gillespie, you got Booker, you got Green, O'Neal, Royce O'Neal can come out. He put the lights out on Lakers on one game. He could hit the threes. Allen can shoot if he plays. Thunder has a losing spread record at home this year. And Thunder against these good three-point shooting teams, 6-15 of the spread. facing teams that hit 36% from 3 or greater. This is at home, is OKC. So they don't cover against these 3-point shooting teams. Phoenix had an off shooting night. They're not going to shoot like that in game one. Remember, it was a short turnaround for the Suns. They had that emotional win against Golden State. Then they go and play OKC. Now they've got a little bit of rest here. It's not having to travel. So I'll look at the Suns getting all those boatloads of points there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Turn our attention over to Major League Baseball here on this 15-game card for today. We'll start here, early start here with Cardinals, Marlins. Marlins $1.36, total 8.5. Astros and Guardians. The Guardians are up to about $1.50, total of 8. Reds, the surprising Reds and the Rays here. They're not the big red machine. The little red machine somehow, some way getting it done. We got the Rays, they're $1.35, total 8.5. Orioles and Royals. It's the Royals $1.30, total 9.5. Blue Jays and Angels, day game in Anaheim today. It's the Angels $1.57, total of 8. Let's take a look at some of the weather, how it looks today here. St. Louis and Miami, that's in a dome. The Guardians game, 65 degrees, wind blowing 6 miles per hour. And we've got the Reds and Rays. This one's in a dome. Baltimore and KC. This one has 70 degrees, wind blowing out 13 miles per hour. And in Anaheim today, 69 degrees, 10 miles per hour, wind blowing out. We start with Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look at a bunch of first halves in these. These bullpens been getting worked pretty tough. So I'm gonna look at Tampa Bay, man. I like them in I like this under, and it's from Tampa Bay and Cincinnati Reds. We've been seeing Cincinnati just pitching well. I think they got a good pitch on the mound with Tampa Bay. Over and under, sit 8.5 full game. I think that's live, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get the early money, get the under 4.5 in the first 5. We've been seeing a lot of lower scoring games in this series so far, except the other game where Cincinnati put up big runs. I think it'll come back down with that great pitching. They got with Wilson on the mound, so I like that under 4.5. And I'm gonna keep going over in these Cleveland games. Cleveland, Houston have been really putting up big numbers. This Houston Astros, they can hit, they can score. They're like in the top 5 when it comes to runs scored. But that bullpen is always it's gonna be the Achilles for them until they get it fixed. We seen them give up the big lead yesterday in later innings. So over 8.5. Over 8. I think that's easy money right there. And I'm keep riding, man, with this pitcher, man, for the Angels Serranos. He's 5-0. His ERA is 2.22. I don't think he'll be 2.28. 0.28. I don't think he'll be able to keep that up. But right now, he's not giving up a run in his last 2 starts. We know this Blue Jays lineup is inconsistent. They can hit one day and next day looking like they can't. I think he'll get the win early. So I'm gonna think lay the half a run in the first 5, lay that juice down. So that was what I like in the early slate.
There we go with Bo on over to Alnitos.
Yeah, I'll take a shot with the Cardinals here again. Just don't see why I'd be laying this much juice with the Marlins right now. Jansen Junk, again, not the best pitcher in the league. Not that the Cardinals got the best starter either, but still think the value's on the Cardinals, and this one are off to a much better start this season. Also like the Guardians a lot. Probably my favorite free pick in this slot right here, and maybe my favorite free pick of the day, honestly. Again, I don't mind the over there. If you don't like the Guardians or don't want to lay the juice, I think we see plenty of offense too. But I like the Guardians to get the job done again. They're at home. Slight lean to another over there in Kansas City with the wind blowing out. Just hard enough, I think, to help us out. Yeah, that'll wrap it up for me here.
Put up there with Alnias on over to Jorge.
Man, I got to disagree with Bo just a little bit about Cincinnati. Their offense is on fire, man. They've scored 30 runs over their last 4 games. They're heating up. And Tampa Bay's struggling a little bit. Good pitchers on the mound. Could still go over. Maybe slight lean. But I don't think it's going to be a pitcher's duel by any chance. Reds might be the hottest team right now in the last 4 or 5 games in the league. They're just on fire, man. Tampa Bay's sliding. Slight lean towards Cincinnati. I was on them yesterday. Obviously, they blew them out right out of the gate. So, kind of watch Cincinnati. And it is a pitcher's duel because Cincinnati maybe gets to the bullpen once that pitcher's out of there. I think so. I think there's a good probability on that part. And the Angels. I will agree with the Angels. He's been on fire, man. And Tampa, it's Toronto. They just had a little slow streak. They're coming around the corner, but maybe first half, first 4.5 innings on the A's, maybe the under. And again, it's uncharacteristically hot right now. We are going to see some totals. And which one is it? Is it Colorado that has like 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing out? And the total is 11.5. Oh, sorry, we're not on that yet. I'll just say
not on that one yet. No, not on that one yet. All right, they're from Jorge. Tell me what I think of some of these games. Yeah, I do agree here with the Reds here at this plus price. Tampa's not been a good home favorite this year. 1-4, losing 3.5 units. The Reds bullpen has been sharp on the road. ERA just over 1 on the road. They've won 10 of 12 on the road, hitting 9.5 units. They did that last year. They were a really good road dog team last year. This Reds team, although they really struggled at home against as favorites. Though that was a big against bad teams. That was a weird Reds team last year. They could go on the road, win as dogs, and then lose to bad teams at home. That was just a weird profile for that Reds team last year. But I'll look for them in this spot. The lines are moving too much here for me on this Guardians team. Yeah, it's getting in the 50s. That's a little too high for me in that one. And with the Angel game, it's also in the 57. So only one really based on price because I've lost value in the number on anything else. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. Continuing on here, we'll go here to block 2 with Athletics and Mariners afternoon affair. Mariners $1.77, total 7.5. Brewers and Tigers $1.29, total of 8. Braves and Nationals. Braves here $1.45, total of 9. Yankees and Red Sox. It was the Yankees here $1.38, total 7.5. Twins and the Mets here. The Mets here $1.55, total of 140. I really was impressed the way Jay Yang yesterday on the drive-thru made a case for the over in that Braves and Nationals and probably explain why the Braves were a short number based on the advanced numbers for the pitcher for the Braves last night. I thought that was pretty good handicap in there yesterday on the drive-thru. So we'll take a look at some of the wind conditions, weather conditions here in these games as we move on over to Athletics Seattle Dome Stadium there. We go to Brewers Tigers. This one here at 65 degrees, wind blowing left to right, 6 miles per hour. In the Yankees-Red Sox game, it's 45 degrees, 8 miles per hour, wind blowing out. Atlanta and Washington here, it will be 74 degrees, wind blowing 6 miles per hour. And in the game between the Twins and the Mets, poor Mets, the poor Mets here, 53 degrees, wind blowing in 7 miles per hour. We started with Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I isolated the Mets in the first 5. You know what I'm saying? McClain did his thing, but I kind of figured like they could get that win. But, man, the Mets is pretty tough down there, man, in Queens. But, yeah, I'm going to take a look at 2 of these games. I like Detroit to bounce back. They're 8-2 at home. They got Mize on the mound. He's pretty with a good start. I think he's only given up 1 run in his last 2 starts to 12 innings worth of work. Real good control, only 2 walks. We just seen the big crooked number the Brewers put up. I liked them yesterday, but I think Detroit come back and get this win. And I like the Atlanta Braves, man, with Perez. He got 20 innings worth of work. He's only giving up 5 runs. On the other side, man, this guy, he's giving up 8 runs in his last start. His ERA is at 7.11. I think the Braves get the big win. So I'm going to lay the run line. We get the full 9 bats on the road. They got the loss yesterday, so I just can't see the Braves not coming up and stepping up in this game to get the big win. So I'm going to lay the run line with that plus money with the Atlanta Braves in that one.
Yeah, with Bo done, move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, looking like we got a pitching change there for the Braves. Looking like Didier Fuentes getting the start there. So why not take another shot on the over there with Zach Littell on the other side having himself a rough start to his season. I think we see some runs again there in Washington. So I'll take the over in that one. And honestly, not too much else on this block.
There's another pitching change. Connor Priep will start for Minnesota lefty instead of Rojas. So that's going to change.
Yeah, so that might throw me off that play as well. Might have to dig a little more into that one. But, yeah, not too much else for me in this block. Go ahead, Jorge.
All right. Hey, man, you made the weather part of your whole report, Tony. I was the first one that used to come up and bring up the weather about that. But your stop is short. I mean, it does have to be a little bit more extreme, but the best combination is to look up the umpire. And the toughest time to do that is the first game of the series. But after that, just know that they rotate around the diamond, and you'll know who the next umpire is. So you got average pitchers and even good pitchers. If you got wind blowing out 15 plus miles an hour, and every stadium's different on how they deal with wind, guys. So that's, if you really want to start doing it sharp, you either have to do your own notes and trying to find. I have 3-4 sites that I look at. Look at the weather, look at the umpire, and look how the weather affects that particular stadium. Petco is a perfect example. The wind doesn't have to be blowing in real hard to keep it an under game. It's just got to be like 8, 9, 10 miles an hour. Just the dynamics of the wind coming off the water slows things down, makes it more of a pitcher's park. And certain parts like Rockies, flies out, right? You get anything about 50 miles an hour, it could be a softball game, underhand softball game. So watch out for that on those. And again, which game was I on? The Reds. The Reds was in this section, right?
Last session.
Yeah. It was.
Go ahead. I'll pass.
All right. There with Jorge. Tell you what I think here about these games. Dida Fuentes is someone we saw last year, had some struggles, but maybe getting better now as we speak here. Yeah, I'm going to come back with this dog with the Athletics. They got it done last night with their hitting in a park that's hard to hit in. Athletics hitting 286 against the division. Seattle hitting just 218. Savali has performed well in his road starts. Athletics bullpen has been really sharp on the road. As a road dog that passed one seasons in this price range, 25-18 as a road dog of plus 125 to plus 175. That's an 18 unit return. So give me the Athletics there in that spot. I'll take them there. And I'll look at Detroit here. Milwaukee over the past 5 hitting 204. Detroit has hit well at home. This has been a very good April team. Fast start to Detroit Tiger team. 21-5 in their past 26 April games dating back to last season, returning 14.5 units. I'll look at Detroit there in that one. All right, let's continue here. I'll go under with Yankees and Red Sox here. Yankees not hitting. They didn't. No one hit yesterday. Just 4-0 win for the Yanks. Boston 198 in their night games. Fried has been outstanding on the road. Suarez's numbers have been better at home. Yankees bullpen good numbers on the road. Red Sox bullpen good numbers at home. At this price point, the Yankees are 5-1 to the under. Red Sox against these really top-tier teams, 19-6 to the under. The past 1+ seasons facing teams with a 540 to 620 win percentage probably means they're facing good pitching. Cold weather there in Boston. Give me the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we continue on. We'll close out baseball with these final games here on the board. Phillies and Cubs. Cubs $1.65, total of 8. Pirates and Rangers. It's the Rangers here, dogs here. It's minus 110 on the road for the Pirates. Total sits at 8. Padres and Rockies. We have the Padres here, $1.50, total of 12 now, 12.5 in spots. That might be the game. The White Sox, D-backs, the roof is open today again. It's the D-backs, $1.50, total of 9. Dodgers and Giants here. We got the Dodgers 205. Total sits here at 7.5. We'll take a look at the weathers here for these games here. We go over to Phillies and Cubs. Taijuan Walker will be a primary pitcher, so they're going to use an opener for Philadelphia today against the Cubs. Lefty Boyd back on the mound after that, I believe, issues with the back, if not mistaken, or bicep. I think it was the bicep. In Wrigley Field, it will be 51 degrees, wind blowing in at 9 miles per hour. Pittsburgh in Texas is in the dome. In Colorado today, we have 80 degrees, wind blowing left to right, 21 miles per hour, wind blowing left to right there in Colorado. Arizona, as we said, the roof will be open in Arizona. We had another over yesterday there. LA and San Francisco, it will be 61 degrees, wind blowing out slightly here at 7 miles per hour. We go over to Bo.
Hi, man. I'm going to favor my Rangers today. I like Ashcraft, 2.38 ERA. Little, he got hit up in his last 2 starts, 8 runs, 12 hits, and only 9 innings worth of work. I know that this probably gonna be a pretty low scoring series with the pitching and the bullpens, but I like the value, man, with the Pirates on the bounce back as well. So I'm a fade Little. Like I say, his control been, not so good of his last 2 starts. I think he give up some runs early. I think that bullpen for the Pirates will be able to keep it keep the Rangers down. So I like the minus 115 with the Pirates. And like Jorge just said, man, that win is looking pretty good out there in Colorado. These Padres been rolling. 3 games win streak. They don't win their last 15 out of 18 games. I don't trust Burley on the mount, but I do think that the Padres to do the heavy lifting in this one. I like the over 11.5 for that game right there.
Yeah, with Bo, we move on over to Alninos.
Oh yeah, like a couple overs here. Starting off with that over in Colorado there. You mentioned the wind blowing out left to right, but also definitely leaning out a little bit there. So could also keep some foul balls hit down the left side. Could keep them fair as well. So I think it just helps out the offense in every way here. And yeah, 12.5, big number, but we should be able to get there in Colorado. Another pretty big number here in Arizona, considering how well these pitchers have done so far this season. But again, if I had to bet this one, I'd take a small shot on the over here. Maybe don't like it as much as the Colorado over, but still on the over there in Arizona as well.
There we go. I'll need to sign over to Jorge.
Yeah, perfect example is like Arizona in the heat with the dome open, dome closed. You can have an overall record of how many runs are scored with during the season at home, but it depends on the weather, man. Where's the wind coming from? Especially in a dome stadium, it's always a weird swirl that'll happen. It's not a full open stadium, so always be careful on those. And who's pitching, right? Ground ball pitchers, man. If you have ground ball pitchers, they're worth a lot of money in these high windy games. As opposed to pitchers that give up a lot more fly balls. But, yeah, definitely lean on Colorado. We've seen some atrociously high-scoring games there. And as much as I despise the A's coming to Las Vegas, they're playing well. And they're actually playing well on the road, 8-6, so slight lean there. And, Dodgers are only -2 with Ohtani on the mound. He's been unbelievable. He's pulling a Babe Ruth right now. And, Babe Ruth was a home run king, but also threw no hitters. And there's been no other player like him except Ohtani. So it's might be a historical season, guys. I think it's already coming. I think it's already underway. And I think he's trying to destroy some pitching records. For the first time since back in the Angels, maybe I think it was year 21, he took himself out of the batting order to pitch. So I think his emphasis this year is he wants to be the number one starter on the team.
Yeah.
So far, he looks like it. So, Dodgers, run and a half might be the play.
There you go. There from Jorge. That's right. Ohtani, I remember the first day after they won the World Series, they're back home. He's doing sprints on the Dodger Stadium with his dog, and this dude was serious about getting a Cy Young. That was the whole idea this season, was getting the Cy Young. And that doesn't hurt that Yamamoto took the spotlight away from him. I think that has a lot to do with it, But Ohtani definitely on a mission to win the Cy Young. He's got an ERA of 0.50. Could have been even lower if that outfielder would have caught the ball in right field. Yeah. So we'll see how it rolls.
All right, Tony, I got to cut out, buddy, before we get over to hockey.
All right, what you got for sale, Jorge?
I got my best bet in hockey. Ironically, I got my best bet in hockey coming up. So I studied a little bit, but I'm on my way out. But I'm definitely going to have some best bets in basketball. And in baseball, like I said, I've just been on a 9-1 run over my last 10. Definitely like the playoff part of the year. You know that. It's always been my favorite part of the year when you can really get some matchups and see some changes. So looking forward to it. I have my best bets up. Look at all the other guys, especially guys that come on in the morning and their evening. Everyone's doing well and get some packages.
That's right, man. All right, Jorge, have a great one. We'll catch up with you soon.
Have a good day, guys.
Right.
Have a good one.
Jorge, you're here on the morning show. All right, I'll tell you what I like here. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line here. This Phillies team just really struggling, only hitting $1.76 against lefty. Got Boyd, a pretty good left-hander on the mound today for Chicago. The Cubs over the past 5 hitting .293, but their bullpen has been solid here in their past 5. And Philadelphia to the run line against left-handed starters, 0-11, losing 12.5 units. Give me the Cubs run line here at that big plus price. Past 6 games, the Cubs 5-1 of the run line, a 2-unit return. I'll take them there. It's Texas at home. You know what goes there? It's under. I mean, it went under yesterday. Yeah. Go under again against an AL team with a .410 or lower slugging percentage on the road. The Pirates are 15-3 to the under. The Rangers 6-0-1 to the under at home this year. It's under there. I would look at the plus with the Rockies here. Listen. I'm not a Buehler fan. This is These ex-Dodgers don't do very well, if you notice, right? We've seen Buehler. We've seen the redheaded stepchild in his third home in a year. He's a troubled youth. The redheaded stepchild. He can't stay in the same home. So I'll look at the plus there for the Rockies. The Arizona game is a little too high for me, and I would look under. I think there's a short leash on Molly. I think this is a big series for the Giants, especially with the rookie manager in here. he won a good showing. I think Tyler Mahle, minute he's in trouble, he's out of there. I'm surprised. I really think we might see an opener for Mahle. I wouldn't be surprised if an opener goes here. And Otani's been outstanding. But the bullpen, the reason I like the under is the bullpen for the Giants has been pretty good here at home. Against good bullpens, believe it or not, the Dodgers 40-20 to the under on the road, facing a team with a bullpen whip of 1.35 or lower the past 1+ seasons. So against these good bullpens, you can kind of slow down that offense for the Dodgers. So give me the under there. Went under yesterday. You saw the bullpen hold them. It was a close game throughout. Give me under in Giants and the Dodgers. All right, let's continue here on the Tony 6 Morning Show as we'll move on over to the ice with the hockey for today. We do have 3 games on the board. Penguins and Flyers. It'll be the Flyers $1.17, total 5.5. Stars and Wild. It will be the Wild $1.23, total 6. Ducks at the Oilers. Oilers a big line here, $1.80, total high at 6.5. We start with Bo.
Yeah, man, the only game that I'm looking at in this slate, I'm have 2 premiums on the Dallas and the Everton game, but I do think Pittsburgh gonna bounce back, man. This been one of the highest team when it's come to scoring goals. Philadelphia just kind of went in there, man, and put that defense on them. But in a do-or-die game, I don't see Pittsburgh with all them veterans on there, with Crosby on there. I don't think they're gonna go down 3-0. So I like the value with the Penguins tonight.
There we go here from Bo. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I'm right there with Bo on the Penguins as well here to try to make a little bit of a series out of this after going down there at home 2-0. Think they got to step up here. Just too much talent on this team to just get swept here. But I mean, no offense to these Flyers who've also put a solid season together, but I just think the Penguins going to make a series out of this. So Penguins money line for me, and I'll go right back to the over there in the Ducks Oilers game. Barely snuck over it in the last one, but again, it would have gone over once it hit the 3-3 mark. So whether it was in regulation or overtime. So again, when these two teams meet, 7 of the last 10 meetings have gone over the total, and again, like a higher scoring one again today. So over in Edmonton.
There from El Nino. Sorry, we got you through our hockey coverage. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment, where our cappers give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We start with Bo.
Yeah, man, they're going to keep it nice and simple, man. Give them a nice 2-teamer. Give me the Detroit Tigers and give me the Atlanta Braves. Nice little 2-teamer right there, both on the money line.
2-teamer there from Bo. All right, next up, we move on over to El Ninos.
I'll go with the the Guardians there to get the job done. I'll take the over in Colorado and the over in the Oilers game. Oilers Ducks over.
Yeah, from El Nino. So I'm going to go here with the Magic plus the points with the Marlins here, and also go here with the under in the Red Sox and the Yankees. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks, heading to a big day of action here with Major League Baseball, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and more. You can see our leaderboard showcasing our top performers. Of course, Bo is doing great work over at Tony's Picks. You see his work here on the channel. So, Bo, what do you have for sale today over at Tony's Picks?
With the early slate, man, I got a 93-pack of MLB, all totals. I live in tweaking my numbers, my totals really being where I'm trying to focus here right now. Coming off a nice 2-1 day yesterday. We did go against Boston. We took the Yankees. We bounced back with the Boston and Buffalo game under the total in hockey. So, like I said, we had that play the other day, but them 5 goals and them 7 points in 7 minutes, I mean. So, bounce back with that. We did drop Harrison, but I'm looking to add another play in MLB today later. But right now I have a 3-pack, all totals. So go scoop that up, man. Make sure to use that code Tony T. Check out the 2-for-1 special. Always a great option. And we always tell you guys, man, long term is the way to go. I still had that 7-week pack up there. We had WNBA coming up this weekend. So great time to sign up. Multiple sports, man. So make sure you get some over there at TonyPick.com. And once again, use that code Tony T to save that 15%.
That's right, guys. Yeah, with Bo down over at Tony's Picks. You see a 3-pack up there from Bo right now. Profit guarantee. He's got a best bet that's also profit guarantee. That means it must turn a profit or amount. Purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get on board with Bo Dunn over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscriptions also available. The 3-day from the 7-day year all sports pass. Also, the league passes are up there from Bo. So get on board. Use that promo code Tony T to save you that 15% off. All right, let's take a look, see what El Nino's has for sale over at Tony's Picks. El Nino's has been on this leaderboard here for the year. Has been on fire here. As you can see, the numbers here, 1,442 units of profit. Document over at Tony's Picks. Look at all the green here from all the major sports for Al. Al, what you got for sale?
Yeah, a couple plays there in the MLB as well as my power play in the NHL. If you want to check those out individually, you got a 3-pack today. It's been a while since we had one of those, but there it is if you want to check that out. And again, still your best way to go is always those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper and get any Steam play emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Al Nino's over at Tony's Picks to see the great results from Al. That's all documented. This is based on $100 unit wager size there. So fully documented. Al Nino's with the best bets on the board here. Grand Slam play for you from Al Nino's. MLB, also power play from the ice on the best bet up there. $19 premium profit guarantee. Also, Nino's comes in with three props in there. MLB Grand Slam power play, 3-packs in there. So get on board with El Nino's. It's his 2 best bets and a best bet in NHL here up on the board right now from Al. So get on board. Use the promo code Tony T to save you that 15%. Link in the description will get you signed up. There'll be a prop in there with that 3-pack from El Nino. So check it out there. Profit guarantee and that promo code Tony T at checkout will save you that 15% off. Link down below there. And of course, more action from El Nino's with his season passes up there. So no better time to get signed up. All right, guys, over at Tony's Picks today, I have a best bet working on some baseball for you right now. I'll have that up soon. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. My best bets on the board. Come off a 3-in-1 day yesterday, hitting the leaderboards with some sharp plays. So get on board and use that promo code Tony T to save you that 15% off and match me up with your favorite capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, guys, with it here every day, 9:30 a.m. East time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Guys, be sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. 3 live shows over our channel and a lot of on-demand content for you guys. So you guys want to come and check us out here on our channel. Of course, do the search and then hit our tab and navigate from the homepage. Easiest way to do that. You'll be able to watch our live. Anytime we're live, it'll show up right on the top of the homepage on our YouTube channel. Night Moves is a live show with Ramon live from Vegas. We're with you live from Vegas at midnight Pacific. So check out Ramon's complete rundown on all these games with Ramon here on Night Moves. Also, Happy Hour with Ron, Monday through Friday, 5:15 Eastern time. Check that one out. You can see many of the cappers, those join them. Ron Crawford in there. Bo was there yesterday. Check out the Happy Hour. And, of course, our show, our morning show, always archived. So check the archives if you happen to miss the show or you need a replay of it. My compilation videos up there for you right now. Check those up on the channel. Props there as well. Chris is dealing with some issues with his voice, so check the comments for some props from Chris. And, of course, our NBA playlists are up there for you guys. A lot of playlists, a lot of great content on the channel. Check it out over at Tony's Picks. Our NHL complete rundown from Ramon with the deep dives. Check those out right now on the channel. KBO from Ron Crawford. The KBO uploads at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the overnight action from the KBO. So check that out from Ron Crawford on the KBO playlist and more over on Tony's Picks YouTube. So a lot of great content there. Of course, Bo, here we see here on our live show, see you on drive-thrus. We also see some on-demand content as well from Bo Dunn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to start loading up them videos on demand a little bit earlier. Yesterday I tried to upload one that didn't go all the way through, so I'll try to do it earlier tomorrow. But I'm gonna try to put at least 3 plays in there on my video, so give you guys a lot of options, man. What we try to do is give you guys some different options to look at, help you build up them tickets, man. So make sure to go check out Tony's Picks. Subscribe, guys. We got a lot of great content over there, a lot of great handicappers. We definitely work hard each and every day, man, to bring you guys the best content possible. So we really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. It makes the channel grow. It helps out a long way, man. So we greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely, guys. So check us out here on the Tony's Picks YouTube with Bo Dunn. A lot of great content as well from El Nino Sal. We see here on the morning shows. We see you on the reels, and we see you as well on the drive-thru.
Yeah, definitely catch me on here most mornings, bright and early. Then again, catch me on the drive-thru later. Try to go deeper into this pick with maybe some more late info there. And yeah, make sure to go check out all the other great content over there at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Tons of great stuff.
A lot of great stuff here on the channel, guys. So check us out, like, subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. And, of course, link in the description will get you there. And, of course, we do have a QR code if you guys want to just hit the QR code if you're on a phone. And just here's our QR code. Just link it, takes it to our site. and you'll find our All Cappers tab there to go ahead and get signed up as well, if you will. All right, guys, appreciate everybody in the chat today. Guys in there today. Javon, great seeing you here in the chat as well. Scipio, it's always great to see you. Our unknown guy with some unknown parlay from today. We have, look, we had Amanda.
I think it's a pretty well-known parlay, but
all right, pretty well-known chalky parlay. Chalky guy, we should know. Heist the bookie. We, of course, our man Solo in the chat today. BSG2UX in there as well. Appreciate your contributions in the chat as well. We still didn't find out what that book was. We were still trying to.
Is it Bet Oberly?
No, this goes back since the early 2000s. Let's see, betting exchange in Europe. It opened up in Europe. We thought it was going to be it's now hitting the U.S. finally, but we just call it a prediction market for some reason, not instead of a bet. Okay, they don't want to use the word betting exchange, I guess. But man, what was
Better Edge? Is that it?
Not Better Edge. It's oh my goodness, the name escapes me. What is the name here? A Matchbook. It's Matchbook. It was
Matchbook. Okay, yeah, you're right.
It was Matchbook. Yep, and they're still going. That was the first betting exchange. We thought it was the latest and greatest, but over here with the word exchange, you would have thought they would have come sooner, but maybe it's just the market's now a little better for it now with the legalization, and of course the fact that it offers lower commission rates. We're starting to see a lot of sharp action move over to the prediction markets, because you just look at some of these lines in baseball, how much this breakage is. It's too much, and the commission rates 115 minus 120s. No, you get lower commission when you go over to the prediction markets, and that's where all the big money's going. That's why we've seen a sharp book have to have someone take over their book. Caesars has taken over, a major book in Vegas, a major sharp book in Vegas. Westgate will be, well, I don't want to say, well, no more. The operation will be no more. It's going to be run by Caesars. So one less sharp book for the folks, which means, well, they're just going to be pushed more to the prediction markets. That's what's telling you about. We're seeing the cutbacks at TVG's pretty much going to have nobody there. BetMGM got rid of all their content. Our friend Chelsea's no longer doing her show because of obviously it's the prediction markets that are just taking all the sharp money is leaving these sports books that are charging high commissions, and people are going to the low commission shops with the prediction market. So that's kind of the way the market's going, which is better for us consumers. We shouldn't be paying these high commission rates. We shouldn't see, we don't need all these high-paced influencers there getting all this money to influence them. Prediction markets based on low commission, people will find them and get to them. So that's how the market's shaping up. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We're back again tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Any closing thoughts from you guys before we close it out?
I just want to give out. Oh, go ahead, Al.
I was just gonna say, go check out those prediction markets. You'll fall in love once you get used to them.
Yeah, man, I like that. What's that one? Is Parlay Market one of them?
Yeah, Parlay Market. Yeah,
I love that one. They got some great lines. You know what I'm saying? That them odds be way better than what I be seeing on a lot of the books. But so that's a great one. So check that one out definitely. But I got a couple of prayer props I want to give out before we jump out of here. I forgot to give them out earlier. I'm gonna look at Cade Cunningham. In the 3 games that he came back before that game against Orlando, he had 31 assists. I think that's the reason why they kind of struggled. He was just, doing most of the point scoring. I think in this game, he's going to get his teammates more involved. So it's over and under it's assists at 9.5 at minus 105. So I like that one. And then I seen another one like in the absence of Rod, man. Let's give him a sniper look. Let's take Troy Terry anytime goal at plus 290. He done scored 1 goal in his last 4 out of 5 games on the road. We have Anaheim trying to even up this series. I think he'll get a goal in this one. So plus 190, Troy Terry, anytime goal.
There we go from Bo. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Your 2 last remaining sharp-friendly, winner-friendly books in Vegas are the South Point and Circa. That's all that's left. Other than that, if you win, you're going to get cut off. They're going to get the faces at you and wait for our approvals But that's what is going on. Hey, it's better for the consumer because you've got the prediction markets there giving you the lower commissions. That's going to do it for the show, guys. Going to wake up out of guys. You guys make a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony